So good morning everyone. So we are the group number 18, land utilization types and characterization. So land characterization is a systematic process of describing and defining land from a multi-dimensional perspective, integrating both physical attributes and socio-economic function. So characterization of land is either it is biophysical attributes and socio-economical function. So the biophysical attributes, it talks about the land itself, and then the socio-economical function, it is mainly focused on how economic runs on that certain land, because there is a lot of residents and etc. In the context of land utilization types, ways in which land is used, such as crop production system, forestry, grazing, or urban development, land characterization serve as the foundational step in assessing land suitability planning, land use, and optimizing management strategy. So utilization types of land is from its root words utilization, how you're going to utilize that type of land. So if it is fertile, so possible you're going to have a crop to be planted on that area. So land utilization type, either it is commercial, um, infrastructure like highways, transportation. The concept of land utilization types. Lot or land utilization type represent a specific ways land is utilized, encompassing nature of use. So types of crops, livestock, and forestry. You can you can utilize your land by its management practices like irrigation, tillage, or crop rotation. So resource input, labor, capital, technology, availability. Socioeconomic context, if it is honor, shift structure or market orientation, temporal pattern, simultaneous or sequential use. Categories of land utilization types. FAO framework classifies LUTs or land utilization types into three main categories. First is single land utilization type. Example of the single land utilization is you are only use your piece of land in a single purpose. You are only using monoculture, right? Like irrigated rice monoculture or sugarcane plantation. So it is not applicable for intercropping. So this is the example. Monoculture, it is only rice, irrigated rice planted on that land. And then multiple land utilization type. Multiple land utilization is two or more crops you are planted on that area. So we can also call it a diversified farming. So you are integrating crops, livestock, and sometimes trees. So trees can be used as your windbreaks in your land utilization. So it not mainly focused on the what you call monoculture. So this is the example. There is a banana, a papaya, and then you can see there is a legumes. So that is the beauty of multi-cropping or diversified farming, because all of the crops planted on that area will benefited each other. Compound land utilization type. The difference of compound uh, in multiple land utilization is the compound is sequential pattern. It follows sequential pattern. Example, crop rotation, wheat in winter followed by cotton in summer, or rice grown wheat season followed by the legumes in dry season. Key descriptors of land utilization. When you say key descriptor, from the word itself, describe or descriptors. So mainly it focus how individuals uh, can utilize their lands. The first land utilization type can be described through a series of technical attributes. So cropping system, crop species, cultivar, intensity, rotation, and calendar would be. So water supply and irrigation. So availability, methods, gravity or sprinkler, drip or seasonal ability. So why is water supply and irrigation is a descriptor of land utilization? So if you have limits if you are a scarcity of water, so possibly you are not going to plant a crop which is has a higher needs in water. And if you have a higher source, a large or sufficient source of water on that land, so possible you can plant irrigated rice. And if your land is elevated, so you can use drip, gravity or sprinkler. And if your area is in arid condition, so you can use drip. So your crop will going, or your the water is going directly to the roots, and it will be less the evaporation. So that is why water supply and irrigation is one of the descriptors of how land can be utilized. And number three, labor and capital intensity. Human effort, mechanization, capital investment per hectare. So, and then technical skills, number four. So when you say technical skills, it is one also a descriptor of how you can utilize your land, because if the farmers have no expertise, so the land can be less utilized. Number five, farm size and tenure. So livestock component. It is also the descriptor of land utilization. So species, feeding system, manure management. So number seven, economic aspect. Production cost, market orientation, expected income. Number eight, environmental impact. Soil fertility, biodiversity effect, erosion, water quality. So the key descriptor of land utilization is also the environmental impacts. So as you're going to utilize your land, so you need to watch what will be the future effect of your doings on your land. Broader land use category. So while land utilization types provides technical and specificity, they, they generally fall under broad land classes. So first is agricultural land. So when you see agricultural land, croplands, orchards, and pasture agroforest. Two, forest land, managed or conserved forest. Number three, residential, commercial, and industrial land, urban and industrial allocation. And then number four, recreational and conservational land, like parks, wildlife reserve, wetland, and water bodies. So it means managed for ecology, irrigation, or fisheries. So this is the example of agricultural lands, recreational and conservation land. Then types of commercial buildings, the office buildings, retail buildings, industrial buildings, healthcare facilities, mixed-use buildings, the industrial buildings for the pastures, daily water using. That is the example of the broad land use categories.
Next topic is application and significance. Next, application and significance have a four parts. First is land planning. Land planning is matching land capabilities with optimal use. Ang land planning is muna siya ang parts sa plano before ka magtanom. Dapat nakaplano ka or kabalo ka or og unsay capabilities sa imong lupa before ka magtanom. Just for example, if ang imong yuta is acidic and magtanom kag corn, so di jud capable na magbunga or magturok ang corn sa acidic na yuta, kay di ka kaya ang corn sa sobra na ka acidic na yuta. So if acidic ang imong yuta, pwede ka magtanom og mga acidic, kaya maka survive sa acidic na yuta. Just for example, is kaning pineapple. Second is ang resource optimization, efficiently managing water, soil, nutrients, labor, and capital. So next is sustainability, balancing productive land use with environmental conservation. Sustainability. So gikan sa word na sustainability, so dapat kabalo ka mag conserve sa ato ang environmental health. And then next is ang policy and management, informing zoning, irrigation programs, and rural development projects. So policy management is important din siya sa ka-farmer na kabalo siya sa mga plano sa government nga kung say programs nila sa irrigation, rural development, kay para hindi siya mabilan sa mga program or mga pangatag sa mga government.
Okay, now so let us proceed to land characterization. So, conceptual frameworks of land characterization is number 1, land cover. Refers to the observable biophysical feature of land, including its soil, vegetation, water bodies, and other surface characteristics. LC or land cover is generally measurable using field surveys or remote sensing. Number 2, land use or LU refers to the human activities and function applied to the specific area of land, defining how land resources are utilized. LU is influenced by management practices, socioeconomic factor, cultural preferences, and technology. Number 3, land characterization represent the integration of land cover and land utilization, capturing their functional relationship. It recognizes that land cover is the physical substrate upon which LU or land utilization activities occur. Land use determines how land cover is modified or maintained over time. Comprehensive land management and evaluation requires both land cover and land utilization information treated as distinct but interconnected entities. So you can see that in land characterization, the land cover and land utilization is interconnected. Number 4, meta-language approach or LCHML. The land characterization meta-language by FAO 2024 formalized the characterization representing a three-way relationship between A. Land object, physical entities such as soil units or vegetation type. B. Land event, usual intervention or natural processing affecting the land. And C. Land function, socioeconomic purposes like agriculture, forestry, or conservation. All in land utilization types. Land characterization underpins the development of land utilization by defining land utilization component. Each land utilization entails detailed technical descriptors include crops type, cropping calendar, irrigation input levels, labor, technology, expected yield, and market orientation. Land characterization ensures land utilization types are matched to suitable land attributes. Number 2, establishing suitability criteria by measuring and land characteristics like slope, soil pH, drainage, and translating them into land qualities, nutrients availability, workability. Planners can evaluate like land utilization are feasible in a given area. So the land characterization will help a farmers how he can utilize what is the proper way of utilizing his or her lands, because the land characterization has a in deep realization about how lands works. For example, the slope, soil pH or drainage, the erosion resistant, nutrient availability, and workability. So that would be the purpose of land characterization. It will help a farmers how he can utilize his land or her land properly. Support Number 3, supporting multi-scale evaluation enables modeling and assessment from local to regional or national scale, ensuring that physical, political, and socio-economic contexts are incorporated in planning, facilitating comparative analysis. Standardized land characterization permits comparison between multiple land utilization types, allowing selection of land optimal or sustainable land use system considering productivity, environmental impact, and socio-economic viability. For example, a drip irrigated citrus land utilization type is characterized by soil depth, texture, and fertility, irrigation infrastructure, labor intensity and expected yield, functional application, commercial production, land suitability areas with sufficient water holding capacity, and manageable slope. So this is the practical illustration. In summary, land utilization allows fine-grained land evaluation, aligning crops production requirements with the land attributes while considering temporal management and socioeconomic dimension. They facilitate sustainable and land management, optimize productivity, and rational land use planning. On the other hand, land characterization is the context of land utilization types, is a comprehensive description and evaluation process that links the physical properties of the land with the human activities conducted on it. It provides the analytical foundation for assessing land potential and constraints, designing sustainable management system, optimizing optimizing the allocation of land resources, and harmonizing environmental, economic, and social objectives. The reference. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned today.